I pressed the wrong button. Instead of pause, I actually pressed the wrong button. But this is obviously going to be part 4 now. But a force well established. That's what I just seen. A force well established and class A. I just want to go through these. High profile case. Because I want to go into this, the Madmen one. I'll just see violent crime. I can't believe I pressed the wrong button. It's obviously somebody didn't want me this to be exposed, but it's going to get exposed anyway. Oh, they'll probably think they're untouchable. Oh, financial difficulties. Planning a getaway. Evidence. Okay. I just see plot, so there could be evidence about the plot. Violent crime. Honey trap, I just seen. Honey trap. History. Evidence of history. At sea, look. Violent crime at sea. Class A, on land. Someone's got a fake passport on his trap. Spirit. Loose lips, sink ships. History, there's history here. Betrayal, history of betrayal. Spirit. The planned getaway and corruption again. I'm going to quickly look on here because, and then I'm going to look at that because that's going to be a bit more in depth because I'm going to, there's a lot more there. There's somebody got paid here. Somebody got money past hands. Yeah. Murder, death, greed, abandonment, love, yeah. Honey trap, that's what I get. I got it from right at the get-go, right at the beginning of when I first started to do these. It was an honey trap from the past. We've got adult male identity. Adult male identity, animals, herder, animal lover, animal care. And that gives me Jay that with his little dog. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, whatever that was, that wanted to come out. Slander, trauma, broken heart, accountability. What did I tell you? Somebody has to take accountability for this. Somebody will take accountability for this. Slave or concubine, love. Identity, child. Imprisonment. Imprisonment. Thank you, spirit. See how that flew out? Huh. Somebody's going to have to take accountability. They will be going to, someone's going to go to prison for this. And they might think that they're not, but they are. Indulgence, ignorance, greed, corruption. I said here death by suicide, but mental illness, trauma, separated by distance. I really think, you know what, when we said somebody's going to fake their death, or that somebody could actually do that. Look at this. Position of authority, power, abuse of power, loss of power, fame or recognition. So somebody did poison, sacrificial. And it says Arctic or Antarctic. That just gives me ocean. Perpetrator exposed. Swindled, evaded capture, a perpetrator exposed. Thank you, Spirit. Somebody will have to take accountability and they will be going to prison. There's a builder here, carpenter, construction, architect, a builder. Older woman, construction. Look at that, disaster, water, disaster, lost at sea, drowned. Oh, whoa, Spirit. It says fanatical faith, oppression. Lost at sea. Does that ring any bells? Town beauty, prostitute, femme fatale. It says a younger male. Island location. Persecution or torture. Victim of a sexual assault here. And there's a witness, a bystander. And we've also got a ritual sacrifice. Dark magic, look. Dark magic, cursed, exorcist, possessed, the devil. This is, only the devil will be doing this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it's really sad and horrible to believe what we're being shown. Look, accountability again. Broken heart. This is illness, contact, because somebody's ill, sick, contagious, illness, genetic, hypochondria or infection. Somebody has to take accountability, they might get sick. Someone disposed of a title, distant relation, occult, torture. Yeah, cult. We've got a writer here, scribe, messenger, publisher, communications, older woman, self-expression. Any more Heavenly Spirit from this deck? Older male, star-crossed love. Yeah, I really feel that Jay was. This is physical or sexual abuse. It's gluttony or fasting. Diet. Fasting or deprivation. So somebody being fire, physical limitation, trauma, domestic abuse, sibling, watcher or guardian, Somebody was paid, I told you. Somebody was paid. Somebody was paid. I just seen witness and bystander again. Knight of Cups, look, again, you know. That is so much confirmation that it was tricked. And I get that it was probably, you know, lured there by little lure. And that's not even a real name, so that's a bit weird. Oh my word, look at that. A ship at sea. 6 of Swords. A boat at sea. A 2 of Cups, yeah, it was tricked. Could have even been drugged. Look at that. Cups there and one's unconscious. Spirit. Honestly, I really, you know, I do this for Jay, but it's horrible being in this kind of energy, knowing what these people do. But I keep asking for Spirit, am I supposed to be doing this? And I really believe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, I keep questioning it and I'm thinking, no, you know what it is? I really think, because I am in tune, I am very intuitive. Like my intuition is like, whoa, the things I've known without knowing how I know. And the downloads I get, yeah. I just know all the things that have happened to me throughout Jay with that song, the monkey wrench, the man, that angry man, and all I can say is it was Jay saying, listen, 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 trying to get to reason with this person. He's going, listen, listen, listen. And this man, the image that I was getting was this guy was bundling him somewhere, taking him somewhere, and he's going, listen, listen, listen. And other things about SA as well, yeah. I knew that he did because of the pains that I was experiencing that was not normal, and also being really cold and that. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords. I'm going to read it because this is the book. This is why I said this to last, because I thought I'm going to read these because these are very informative. Oh, it says here, like, do not march against the Slav, the magician. I don't know how you pronounce that. If he does not take you by force, he will use cleverness and wisdom. This in battle he took on a status as a werewolf who ran through the night to attack his target with great speed. So this is someone who ran at great speed to attack the target. It says here, the Knight of Swords represents skill and bravery and may also indicate war, destruction, opposition and resistance. Just like the Yuslav, there is fast movement in the card, cutting through the air as the blade of a sword does. Whatever comes will come quickly. There'll be an element of revenge or of a past wrong being made right. This is a revenge attack. So he was attacked. It was a revenge attack. And I get that was obviously on the beach. Somebody came at him like we've seen, you know. I don't think, yes, look, 3 of Swords, yes it was. This was an attack, a revenge attack with a knife. And if my delivery comes up, well, I don't press the wrong button, otherwise it'll have to start again. But Heavenly Spirit, Heavenly Angels. That was just far too many. The Hanged Man. This person, it says here, it was raised as slavery, he won his freedom through his prowess at raiding villages and capturing slaves for his master. Once freed, Gongo became the leader of a gang. So this is somebody being a leader of a gang who captures people for his boss, yeah. But then he became a leader of a gang. So this is about somebody about being a leader of a gang who catches people. It says the young man represents struggle, sacrifice, and an inability to move forward. It can also indicate wisdom and the learning of secrets. On the card, Gongo is depicted as being tied to a post and awaiting execution. The charmed amulet is around his neck, so he knows he cannot be killed. However, he is also aware the soldiers will eventually figure out his secret. Gongo was stuck trying to please these two factions, and in the end, he angered both and he ended up dead. So whoever this leader of the gang is, whoever he is, thinks he's protected, but is not. The Ace of Wands, that Ace of Wands came out there as well. We've got the Ace of Wands and the Tower again. The Ace of Wands and the Tower together. Ace of Wands, Tower. It says here, this was an astrologer who was renowned in London in the 1440s for the accuracy of his predictions. Yeah. The Ace of Wands represents creation and the starting point of an enterprise. There is an effect of suddenness inherent in this card, which depicts Bolingbroke using his powers to summon a demon spirit. The act of creation and the fire of imagination are closely tied to the Suit of Wands and the Ace in particular. There's something about treason here. Something about treason, yeah. So, you know, it gives me, you know, something about treason. And then the Tower. I mean, treason is going against your group, isn't it? Treason is going against your own, usually your own country or whatever. That's what treason is. So this Tower, it says here, this person, Henry Holmes, was a serial killer who murdered dozens of people, mostly women and children. He was prone to having psychopathic fits of violence. He owned a successful drugstore. He had psychopathic fits of violence when faced with stressful situations. He used loans to finance the renovations of buildings with rented rooms, offices and a restaurant. The new venture couldn't repay the loans, and as Holmes underwent an increasing financial pressure, he began murdering the tenants to satisfy his rage. After his crimes were discovered, the building became known as Murder Castle. The tower card indicates misery, destruction, and the failure of plans. It can also suggest movement, especially a change of residences. This card pictures H.H. Holmes with his building behind him. His attempt to build the castle without proper financial resources led to his downfall, similar to the hubris of building a tower to heaven only to have the Almighty destroy it before you can climb to the top. Oh, there's going to be a tower for whatever. I told you, somebody's going to be made accountable. Somebody's going to be made accountable. The King of Swords is here. That was just sticking out. The King of Swords. This is the law. I fought the law and the law won. They will be made accountable. There's going to be prison. Yes, there is. Oh my word, look at this. Somebody throwing somebody off somewhere. The 5 cups. And look at them, and archers again. I would love to know that if these people are there in the arches. I don't know why that Knight of Pentacles came out like that, because that's like somebody hiding inside something, but there's a fire underneath. So it's almost like somebody might think that they can hide, but the fire, they're going to get burnt anyway. Do you know what I mean? They're not hidden. That was it. Remember that the steampunk deck? No, the Gods of the Machine. Yeah, the same thing. Archways and somebody getting thrown off. Oh my word, look at that person and tell me who does that look like. Am I putting it in the right direction? I can't tell. But can you see? The 5 of Cups. Oh, Spirit. Oh. It says this is a daughter of a Bavarian barber, surgeon. Oh, it says she married the future Duke of Bavaria. He was immediately taken by her beauty and charm, and she became his mistress, receiving a small allowance. Albert's father arranged for Agnes to be arrested on charges of witchcraft, ostensibly for bewitching his son with a love spell. The Bavarian soldiers threw her off a bridge and she drowned in the Danube. Somebody was thrown off a bridge and drowned, or thrown off somewhere into some water. Excuse me. The 5 of Cups represents family matters, including marriage. It is also a card of bitterness and frustration. Agnes began a relationship with Albert thinking she had hit the jackpot, and Albert felt the same way about Agnes. Neither realised the tragic end their marriage would have. The bridge indicates a sudden fall from grace, although 2 cups remain upright, suggesting hope that part of the relationship and happy feelings may remain intact. I don't know why I'm seeing this Knight of Pentacles, but I'm going to look at it. It says he was a ruler of southern Sicily. The city became extremely prosperous, but his cruelty towards his subjects was legendary. The tyrant eventually made himself lord of the entire island of Sicily. Although as he became increasingly successful, he grew more malicious in his punishments to anyone who defied him. It says that he was placed inside a giant sculpture of a bull fashioned entirely from brass, and a fire was lit underneath, and as the brass heated up, the tyrant was slowly cooked alive by the hot metal. This person's going to be held accountable. I really feel this person is getting held accountable. But cooked alive? Oh, it doesn't actually mean literally, it just means, yeah, that he's going to be alive while it gets cooked. The Knight of Pentacles represents someone who is useful and has skills that will be of service. It may indicate an inheritance or money from an unexpected source. The card shows Phalaris inside the brazen bull being roasted alive while the coins of his treasury lie scattered before him. He was a clever administrator who made his country rich, but once he outlived his usefulness, he was destroyed in his own creation. I've got the star here, look. The star that just popped out. Justice for Jay. Any more, Heavenly Spirit? Any more out of this deck that we need to see? Just knowing that there's going to be somebody held accountable for this. The Two of Wands. It says here, Antoine was a prolific author born in 1719 who wrote an early text about the tarot. Although it was not his primary interest, his treatise formed the foundation of modern interpretations of tarot card meanings. So, something about tarot. It says that one chapter tells the story of the tarot, explaining it originated in Egypt in a book that escaped the flames that devoured their superb library and made its way to Europe disguised in the artwork of the tarot. However, the story Antoine tells is entirely untrue and he provides no sources to substantiate his claims. The Two of Wands represent riches, fortune and magnificence, but also sadness and suffering. It may indicate economic or creative projects, such as Antoine's massive book about human history. I think it's telling us about tarot there. The Ten of Pentacles. Look, money coming out somebody, some money coming out of somebody's nose. It's money literally coming out of somebody's nose. And then we've got the Temperance Angel with the Nine of Wands. Ellen was a Scottish trance medium who was able to materialise the ectoplasm during her seances. In 1944, she was the last person tried under the Witchcraft Act. She became a darling of the spiritualist community, which fervently believed in her abilities to communicate with the spirits of the dead. Out of Ellen's key attractions involved making ectoplasm appear out of thin air. Further investigation revealed this was simply cheesecloth that had been swallowed then regurgitated during the seance. She was arrested for fraud on 2 occasions, spent 9 months in prison. Despite this, she remained a popular medium until her death in 1956. The Ten of Pentacles represents riches and financial gain. These may be connected with the home or otherwise tied to family matters. Ellen Duncan conjured an entire career out of thin air through her talent of swallowing cheesecloth. The card depicts coins falling from her nose as though they are ghostly riches. Ghostly riches. Somebody made money from the dead. Temperance. And I don't mean tarot readers, but I just see that was very significant, that somebody was making money from the dead. This is the Temperance, Angeline Tubbs. She told fortunes for a living and performed ritual magic designed to lengthen her life. Angeline, known as the Witch of Saratoga, was said to use her magic to control storms. He says, and when during the worst weather she was seen standing over the shore of Saratoga Lake laughing at the wind and the waves. One of her rituals summoned the demon Azazel, who supposedly would keep her alive as long as her cats were alive. The people of Saratoga did not regard her with animosity, and some upper-class citizens became her clients. Their most popular service was horoscopes and astrological charts for young women hoping to find a husband. The Temperance card indicates moderation, frugality and movement and can suggest a raising or lowering of the reader's fortunes. On the card, Angeline is depicted controlling a storm. One hand is pointing towards the water while the other is pointing to the earth. Temperance reminds us to look in both directions before making a decision. She lived a life of simplicity, earning little money and spending what she had on her cat. So this card may be a warning to be more carefully govern your finances. But I think this is like focusing on pointing to the land and pointing to the water. There's two things here. You don't have to, go that deep into it. It just is very specific. But it's a bit weird that I was talking about being simplicity. Yeah, all I do is just spend money on my dogs. Just spend money on my dogs. Like, they've actually got a steak. I've actually bought my dog some 21 days matured steak, yeah, because they're getting steak. Not all the time, it's just a treat. 9 of Wands. He was accused of making a pact with the devil, Urbain Grandier. He was burned at the stake for magic, maleficence, and possession. Success as a preacher brought Grandier temptations that he could not resist, and he developed a reputation for sleeping with local married women. He was arrested and tried for adultery, but not convicted. In 1632, the nuns of a local convent began to suffer from sickness. A doctor failed to determine the cause, and rumours spread that it was the result of a demonic possession. During an attempted exorcism, the nuns accused Urban Grandier of bewitching them. He was questioned, but defiantly dismissed the accusations. His case was brought before the Crown Prosecutor, who said Grandier's occult manuscripts and a pact signed in blood between the priest and several demons, this was all they needed to convict and execute him. The 9 of Wands represents an attack, but one that is met with bold action. Even though the opposition is strong, it will be overcome. This card can also indicate adversity, delay, and trouble. This is what I say. This will be overcome. Spirit is saying they will be overcome. What all these people did was demonic. They do this. There's going to be evidence. It's time. This year, I really believe that it was the gathering of evidence, walking through the judgment, the revelation is things to be revealed. And next year, the 2025 is like a completion. Well, 2026 is actually completion because that's a 10. So 9 is like, it's everyone's going to be accountable for everything that they've ever done. So, I think you need to right your wrong. People need to right the wrongs, but how could you ever make that right if you've hurt innocent kids for money? You're never going to make that right, are you? But I'm going to leave it here because my delivery's got to come and I need to get ready for that. But this is, as I promised, here it is. And, I know it's not over. It's not over until these people are caught. But I want to wish everybody a happy new year that celebrate this Gregorian calendar. I'll be snoring my little head off at midnight, not bringing anything in here. It was a new moon yesterday. It was also still a new moon. We're in a new moon, so I'll follow the moon instead of the calendar. But yeah, I hope everybody has a beautiful time, whatever they do to celebrate. That's, your choice. I'm not judging you. But yeah, this was for Jay, and yeah, they will be made accountable. But you know what? How many times I've seen that Angwang become on the upright? And yesterday when I was making that deck and I was reading through the 4th, because Alistair Crowley he was very, what can I say? How can I say it? Like, it's not like an intelligence, but it's like very knowledgeable. It was very, the 4th tarot is very in depth. So this new deck that I'm making, when I eventually finish it, I will be using it. Because I've done both meanings of both sides as well. I've just written on them out. It's not drawings, it's just a blank deck, and I've just been writing on them. But yeah, I've got the major arcana finished, and then I'll be finishing the rest when I get this chance. But I was looking at some of the meanings, and it would be relevant in Jay's reading, But yeah, I hope everybody stays blessed and protected, and pray for Jay. God bless him. And God bless his family that have to go, you know, that have to be without him in the flesh, but I know he'll be there in spirit. But I'm going to love you and leave you. Take care. God bless. And I will see you soon.